Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Oh my God. Let me get it together. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It is your boy Skywalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you hear me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Much love, all y'all. It's time to have a good time. You dig? We are live. We are live. Right? What's going on, peeps? Hope y'all been having a wonderful day. A great Thursday. You dig? Right? We got Dennis Medina in the house and was watching a video about Sergeant York, and there is a quote that caught my eye. But if the watchman sees the sword coming and does not blow the trumpet to warn the people, and the sword comes and takes someone's life, that person's life will be taken because of their sin. But I will hold the watchmen accountable for their blood. Ezekiel 33:6. Let it be known that God himself has stated that Zah's death was an act of outmost morality. Dennis, you're getting too deep on him, bro. You're getting too deep, bro. Pause. Right? Ronnie said it's become clear that these people are suffering from Snyder derangement syndrome. Hey, bro, we about to cook. We about to cook. Look, hey, we here, Chubby Teddy. We are here. What's going on, Sin Havoc? What's going on, Bat Dan's thoughts? Let us know, right? What's going on, Mama Bear? Much love. Mysterious Stranger says, before we hear from the Gunn fans, the final trailer is creating a positive buzz. It seems it might have a great opening weekend. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in 1 second. He said, oh, and the color grading was changed. That I have to wonder which fan base convinced them to do that. Oh, wait. Bruh, I'm not believing any of this shit, bro. But we're going to discuss it. We're going to discuss what's going on, Qatar, what's going on, Sean, right? And he said, muted. Yo, it was only for a second. It was only for a split second. You did. Because I can hear it now. You know what I mean? He said, again, hashtag the worst, bro. The worst YouTubers, right? What's going on, DC all the way? What's going on, Josh Herrera? Happy Man of Steel Day, aka the original Superman Day created by Zack Snyder in 2013. You dig? Much love, bro. Said, hey, if you want me to, I'll move the camera up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me see. All right. There we go. Right. So much love, everybody. Let's go ahead and get through this little opening stuff so we can get started with the show, because I just want to cover this and cook on it, highlight it, and then we're gonna move on. And once again, somebody, hey, y'all are welcome to try to just say I'm lying. That's all I want, right? Is to just come in here and prove that I'm lying. I don't care if you disagree or if you don't look at things the same way. No, I want to know that I'm lying and that I'm saying something that is not factual, right? Or if my reasoning for these things don't come from those said facts, right? Now, make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, man. We have been, the growth has been tremendous these past few months. Shouts out to all of you guys, and I'm glad to be locking in with y'all on a more day-to-day basis. Been having so much more fun rocking out with the hashtag sale ZSJL and Sale Snyderverse to Netflix campaign. Y'all know this thing been going nuclear recently, man. It's been Michael Ousland tapping in, right? Everybody showing support, posts going crazy, right? Man, it's just a wonderful time to be associated with ZSSM, right? Which we only ask 3 rules of engagement if you do want to rock out. 1, just be positive. Don't mix the hashtags. And please don't tag, mention, or quote tweet anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to one James Gunn, right? ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to, because all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Leon of the New Geeks. You dig? And if you'd like to sponsor a stream, like the homie Bat Dan Thoughts did on this one, right? When you guys give super chats, they are tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the screen of a following discussion stream. You dig? We about to get to it, right? Yeah. Said the worst YouTubers. Yo, hilarious, right? What's going on, W Mirror? Much love, Nessa Noel. Right? DC Autoway says, you see the bullshit about Superman L being scrutinized so much. Like these motherfuckers haven't been doing this for the last 10 years. Bro, it's crazy, right? Because, yo, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? It ain't, bro. It ain't. And now that it's their turn, but this shit genuinely looks trash, bro. It just does. I don't care what y'all say. Like, tell me that I'm wrong about these things that I've been bringing up. Like, it's just always like a forever moving goalpost. Once we establish one thing to be true, then it's like, okay, it just switches to something else. And it's just this ever evolving thing of like why I should go see this movie. Right? This is like, it's ever evolving. It's crazy. Yeah, you are the sponsor, bro. Right? What's going on, W Mirror? Right? But yeah, we about to get to it, yo. Because this dude been lying so much, dog. And I just can't let this shit go. I just can't, right? So this guy gets caught lying again. And this is the funniest. This is one of the funniest ones, right? Not only was he lying about Ben Affleck wanting to be one of the architects of the DCU, he was lying about him not having that conversation with Gal Gadot about bringing her back. What else did he lie about? He lied about firing Henry Cavill. He's lied about just so many things. But lately, this whole Trunks fiasco has come about, right? And it's funny because I started to notice this a few days ago. A few days ago, it started being a conversation about how actually Zack Snyder was not confronted, but he was consulted and had kind of like final input on the Trunks. And I'm like, bruh, if y'all think that I'm gonna believe that Zack Snyder told James Gunn to put those Trunks, bruh, look, I'm sure, right? I'm absolutely positive that there's a chance that they had a conversation at some point about these Trunks. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's not a fucking reality, right? James Gunn more than likely probably reached out to Zach at some point about these Trunks and what he thought about just having them in the movie, right? I'm sure that may have happened. Not gonna deny that. But to act as if Zack Snyder told him to put those Trunks in the movie and like he had final input, I found that to be ridiculous. I'm like, there's no fucking way Zack Snyder, who after himself saying he tried, what did he say? Hundreds of different iterations, and he tried so many ways to get the Trunks in there, and he couldn't conceptualize Trunks being on Superman in like the modern day world, right? He just kind of couldn't, right? So I started seeing the blame kind of get shifted on the Zack Snyder, and I was like, what the hell? What the heliante? Ain't that what they be saying? Right? So I'm like, wait a minute, that's weird. That's weird that all of a sudden we're saying Zach had input on the Trunks just out of nowhere. right? Like Zach told him to put the diaper on him, right? But no, as you guys well know, right? We were always told, oh snap, what did I do with that? Hold up, where did that article go? I just had it. Yeah, oh no, I'm about to grab that. Right? Yeah, like my thing is if we were to go off of what was originally reported, right? Hold on, let me just do this. All right. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so let me pull this back up here. All right. Yeah, Superman. Yeah, hold up. And then I go past this article. James Gunn consulted Zack Snyder about the idea of trucks. That just dropped 4 hours ago. See, that just dropped 4 hours ago. Y'all see what I mean? You see how they're trying to like? It's crazy. It's crazy. Hold on. See. Oh yes. So this was the issue. Right. Okay. Yeah. See, they're trying to cover this up, bro. Because I had this article pulled up. Do I want to use this one? I really don't want to use this website. I really would prefer not to use. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. So we were told from the start of this that David Corenswet was the one that wanted the trunks. Right? This is what we were told. Right? They said David Corenswet. James Gunn offers deeply insightful reason for why David Corenswet's Man of Steel included trunks, right? And in this article and in other ones, including the one on Variety, James Gunn said, hey, I was against the trunks, right? I was against the trunks until David Corenswet had this idea that really kind of made it all work for me. That's what was initially said. Right? That's what was initially said. What was initially said was, hey, David Cornsweat is the one that wanted the trunks. I remember this exactly. Right? Now, if you guys know, this moment permeated throughout all of the journalism, right? Everybody was, I mean, this was not anything that people weren't aware of. So much so, I'll even use this as an example, right?
The whole reason that Superman's wearing these granny panties is because David Cornsweat said he wanted to not be intimidating, or whatever that means, to little kids. So that's why he put on these giant underpants. And you're like, who cares? What, I don't think anybody. I mean, you couldn't have gotten sexier than Henry Cavill's Man of Steel, and nobody. I don't think that was ever an issue. Nobody was like, not hide the kid's eyes.
Right. Right. Oh, and I'm gonna actually star that comment because I'm gonna come back to that. I've actually been waiting for that part of the conversation. So yeah, it obviously permeated through to where everybody was like, hey, this was all David Cornsweat's idea, right? Now, recently, this comes out, and I'm gonna kind of break this down about why I think that this is very, very interesting, because I think you can see exactly like what has happened throughout this entire process kind of play out in this short clip. So let's see what this says.
Just I couldn't get there. And I was feeling exactly the same way. And Juliana and I talked, and she said, all right, well, I'm going to try, we'll do one version where we try both trunks and not trunks. I went in with David. He tried in not trunks, and he tried in trunks. And I still was going to go with not trunks. And then you said,
well, you wanted trunks in theory. You
in
liked the
theory,
idea of trunks.
Theoretically, I liked the idea of trunks because it's, Superman I grew up with.
But the problem is they look kind of...
He said, bro, wait. You wanted trunks, bro. He said, no. Wait. You wanted trunks, bro, right? I'm pretty sure David Cornsweat been sitting back and he's like, yo, hold up. Like David Cornsweat sitting back like, hold up. I keep watching Skywalker streams. I keep seeing, this shit on repeat, right?
The whole reason that Superman's wearing these granny panties is because David Cornsweat said he wanted to not be intimidating.
Right. So hold up. So David Cornsweat like, hold up, bro. You the one said you wanted the fucking trunks on there. Don't get mad at me because I tried to find some wiggle room for your dumbass decision. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. He's like, bruh, look, man, you can't sit there and blame me for trying to, work out whatever you had going on, bro. Like, you was like, yo, I want the trunks. So I, as an actor, probably went off and I tried to find a way to visualize it, right? And come up with a real world reason for why he would have these dumbass trunks on. And then I go and I tell you, and then you go and you run with it. And then you turn around and say, yo, this whole thing was my idea. Fuck out of here, bro. Nobody wanted the trunks, bro. This is crazy, dog. He said, no, you. I never thought that I'd see, I never thought that I'd see this shit play out in real time.
You see this all the time at the level of the top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, you were the one who said, or whatever.
No. You were the one who said, bro. Oh my God, bro. This is hilarious, dog. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. He said they playing hot potato with them trucks, dog. He like, hot potato. Oh my goodness. This guy said, bro, you wanted the trunks. Right? Stop me. Tell me if I'm lying. Did he not say you wanted like did he not point at him and said you wanted the trunks? You wanted them.
Just I couldn't get there. And I was feeling exactly the same way. And Juliana and I talked, and she said, all right, well, I'm going to try, we'll do one version where we try both trunks and not trunks. I went in with David. He tried in not trunks, and he tried in trunks. And I still was going to go with not trunks. And then you said,
Well, you wanted trunks in theory. You
in
liked the
theory,
idea of trunks.
theoretically, I like the idea of trunks because it's, Superman I grew up with.
But the problem is,
And he was like waiting to get that shit. He's like, bro, you wanted the trunks. So I did my job as an actor, and I went out and I visualized it. And I'm like, how can I make this, work? You know what I mean? Oh, he's like a wrestler. Okay, got it. You go tell James that, and then he turns around and says, hey guys, it was all David's idea. Shit's crazy, dog. Shit is crazy. Right? Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me get back to this comment because Alex Mason has been in the chat wanting some attention, right? He says, you do realize the more you talk about Gunn in this Superman movie, the more you add to the conversation. You're doing the marketing for them. You've become part of the hype cycle for this movie. Now, what is hilarious about takes like this, right, is because when I was over here doing the lead up for, let's say, The Flash, right? And I wanted people to go see The Flash, and I was trying to get people to go see The Flash, which was a Warner Brothers production, if I'm not mistaken, that actually James Gunn was still the head of DC Studios at the time when it was released, if I'm not mistaken, right? And The Flash came out, and we were over here doing mad stuff trying to support that film, right? We were doing all these required viewings, right? Doing all these how can I say, just promotional stuff, right? We were doing all this promotion, and you had people that was coming in here that was just like this Alex Mason guy right now, and they were saying movie's gonna flop, guys. And when we were trying to, say, hey, you guys should go see this movie, right? And then when it flopped, there was no all right, so if us supporting films mattered so much, why did The Flash flop? Why did it underperform? Why didn't people go see that movie? Right? If everything that we do over here is just promotion, right? If everything that we do over here is just promotion and it ain't criticism, right? Then why didn't The Flash be a huge success? Because we actually did promo for that shit. Everybody over here remembers that, right? And we're gonna revisit this when this movie fails to make $1 billion. We're gonna have that conversation, right? And what's funny like this is that, bro, they talking about they're trying to provide entertainment, right? We're over here doing numbers, dog. Whether we talking about Zack Snyder, bro, let's not even go there. Cause bro, we did some streams on like some wild shit. But back to this dude lying, because they're not gonna shift the attention away from this L, dog. These people, this is the guy that they idolize, bro. Right? He says you guys trashed the Batman and it was a huge hit, but yet its sequel is canceled. And it's probably gonna end up making more money than the Superman movie does. Right? Oh my god. Crazy. Right? he said, bruh, it's sitting there. It was a huge hit, but its but his sequel got canceled. Right? Right? Oh yeah, y'all trashed the Batman and you couldn't do it, couldn't tear it down. Hey, but we supported Rebel Moon and it was a huge fucking success. Now what? Tit for tat, bro. Crazy. These are the opposition, bro. What about this guy lying? What about this dude lying, bro? Right? Hold up. Cause like we can just pull up all kind of stuff, bro. Right? Right? These are the things that they make us do, bro. Right? These are the things that they make us do, bro. Right? Right? What about this, bro? What about this, bro? Right? Hold up. Let me pull up Ben Affleck's response to this, right? Right. Let me pull up Ben Affleck's response, right? Right. Crazy. Right? How do we go right from this, right, to this, right? Right? Right. He said, bro, they want to change these. He said, Gunn said he wanted to have Affleck. That's not what he said. He said Ben Affleck wanted to be an architect of the DCU, bro. We not about to rewrite history, dog. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. This is what Sin Havoc. They was talking about counterintelligence, right? This is what counterintelligence looks like, bro. They want to come in here and say, hey, I'm just here to provide entertainment and pushback, right? Right? Bro, we could just go on and on, bro. Dude lied about every single person involving in the DCEU prior to his involvement in the Suicide Squad. And that's like real talk. It was like he lied about the shit with Gal Gadot, with all of these people, and then we're supposed to believe like, hey man, you know. Right, all these things are just supposed to be taken in jest, right? We're not supposed to realize any of this shit. We're not supposed to put any of these wires together, right? And I will tell you guys why they are in here and why they are behaving this way, right? They are doing this because platforms like myself, who are actually out here discussing how we really feel about this movie, we're gaining traction, right? Like and it's in all of the, and look, it's not just me. Like a lot of the content creators, they're seeing what the hell is going on, yo. It's just regular people that seeing what's going on, how everybody's acting so weird surrounding this movie, right? Like wait a minute. Did I add those? You know what? No, I didn't. Hold on. You know what? Yeah. They want some entertainment, right? Yeah, let's give them some entertainment. Right, let's give them some entertainment. They said that's what they want. Right, and I'm about to share some stuff, and we gonna ask, are you not entertained? Right? Is this not why you are here? Okay, we got that one. Right. Everybody that has any kind of things with this film, right? Remember the other day I said, hey, or actually no, that was yesterday, right? There was actually, because I was like, hey man, isn't it weird how all of a sudden all these fucking influencers are just coming out and just all at the same time kind of criticizing Zack Snyder's fans? Y'all don't think this shit's weird, right? So, hey, this was another one, right? Defending this movie, right? This is probably who was in there yesterday. Everybody coming out here talking about negativity and toxicity all at the same time. Bruh, if y'all don't get out of here, this is the atmosphere that all of these movies have been fucking coming out in post like Man of Steel, dog. It's been controversy. It's been people talking shit, right? There was an online bot campaign that was literally unearthed during that time, right? Was literally unearthed during all of that time, right? You had bot campaigns every time that we try to do anything. The damn Oscars fucking situation is they try to say that it was bots, right? All these things are taking place, right? Every single time that fucking any of these movies have come out, right? It's been nothing but constant criticism. But all of a sudden, everybody want to act like this shit brand new. This is something brand new. And that everybody talking about it, right? But hey, that's what's so wild, right? He said, "Yep, another stooge." They say he really want to act like he didn't see everybody nitpicking all of Snyder's films, but nah, we just supposed to, be quiet about this shit, right? They're supposed to have their microphone and their megaphone, right? But then when we speak about what we want and what we want to see and all that shit, oh no, you guys shouldn't listen to them. They're just nitpicking. They're nitpicking. Right? The word nitpicking involving fucking DC criticism, bro. I don't want to hear that, dog. Y'all critiqued every single thing, bro. So yeah, I'm gonna laugh when his suit looks baggy. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh when you got this whole dorky Superman fucking thing once again, and it's nothing new. Right? Like, bro, it's 2025, bro. All of these characters for the MCU got modernized, bro, in ways that, some of them I ain't even like, but that was still just the MCU, and everybody praises that shit as being way more comic accurate, right? How comic accurate is fucking Tony Stark, bro. Crazy. He said they need to be worried about them blockbusters, and they got them boxed in. That's what they need to be worried about. But nah, they over here. Right? He said, and now that we're doing the same as Superman, these gun gooners want to crash out. Wow, bro. Content creators are making videos showing these theaters aren't sold out. You're exactly right, Scott. They thought I was lying, dog. That's what I'm saying. People keep coming in here and trying to say, hey, it sold a whole bunch of tickets, which it did on that one day, right? But then what you started to notice is that it was literally just that one day, right? When these things started going on sale for like the wider days, it's not really selling tickets like that. And I was saying, hey man, I live in LA, and even those Thursday showings was not selling out like that. And they're like, oh no, but you know, and you literally got people in here pushing it back against insanity. You got this dude lying to people and spreading falsehoods, right? They're lying and spreading falsehoods, right? But yet I told y'all that shit wasn't selling out, and now apparently you got content creators talking about it. Other ones, which, you know, hey, which is the same thing that I said. And I didn't even have to make no video because I just looked on my phone and was like, yo, this shit is cap. He said the same people that trashed the Flash movie for the visuals are praising this new Superman movie, even with the movie having the same visuals as the Flash, right? But look, not only did you notice that, Curly Ray, right? Somebody else noticed that too.
A lot of fisheye shots. Somebody should have broken that lens. They should have been like, "Oh, hey, are these your lenses, Flash cinematographer? Hey, what's that over there? Ooh, I broke all your fisheye ones."
Right? They want to have facts in their face, and they still want to claim that people's lying. Thank you, Nessa. Right? Sky was right. Right? She said, just answer this one question and I'll leave. I just want to know, if this movie is successful, will you and your buddies crash out? Will there be a stream where you claim WBD faked the numbers? Here we go. Adria, I know this is not a real picture, but here's the thing, right? Let's say that, like, what does successful mean to you, right? Because what I've seen is a lot of people that are in the, let's use a kind word. Let's say the orbit, right? Let's say channels that are in the orbit of Warner Brothers. They're trying to convince you guys that 500 million worldwide is going to be a success for this movie. So will I say that is a success? Absolutely not. If those content creators come out and start trying to push that narrative that $600 million is a success, then absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because we know what the real budget for this thing is. So you're not gonna like Manchurian candidate anybody over here, right? Like, no. That's not gonna happen. So what will happen is, if this movie reaches the point that where it could be considered profitable for a movie that's around that range, then hey, yes, absolutely. So we talking like 1 to 1.2 billion before we even start having a discussion. So if it reaches that point, then yeah, we'll be able to talk about it. But if not, see ya. Don't come over here Like, oh my goodness, like, yo, man, this thing reached 500 million. Hey guys, this is a success, right? And then everybody comes out with their pom-poms, like, see, hey, no, no, no. He said it's 500 million and growing, bro. Thank you. No need to crash out. We've been talking about Netflix. Look, the only thing that this has anything to do with is whether or not y'all motherfuckers is gonna get like the price from which this thing is gonna get sold for, and whether or not whoever is coming in would think that this thing is viable. You dig? And here's the thing too. One question from Nessa. We don't have any influence and we the minority, right? So why does it matter? Absolutely. Because we can just be cool, but hey, y'all, they in there lying, the motherfuckers, y'all. They in there lying. Even though they've been getting proven right within 24 hours, damn near a half a dozen times in 2 weeks. Right? Like, it don't even matter. Right? But also, I'm starting to believe that Sin Havoc's right about this shit is being way over 200 million, because look at all, look at, like, this movie's everywhere, right? It seems very reminiscent of The Flash. Seems very reminiscent. All right. Yeah, they sitting there acting like one movie got to do with us. Then the fucking, man, y'all crazy, bro. If y'all think that, oh my God, because James Gunn's Superman movie made money, I don't want to, you know what? I'm okay with the Snyderverse not continuing. Bro, could you imagine? Oh my God, James Gunn's Superman made money, guys. So I guess I don't want to see what I want to see anymore. You know? I guess that we might as well just all right. Thank you, bro. Oh my God. I say it again. They worried about the wrong things, bro. Facts, bro. He said, but $1 billion isn't a success. That's breaking even at best. Thank you, bro. That's why I'm like, bro, we really getting up there when we talk about how much money this movie got to make, dog. Because, like, we got to keep it a buck. They saying that BVS should have made $1 billion and it didn't, and that's a fucking failure when it cost way less than this shit did. It cost way less than this shit did, and that was supposed to hit $1 billion, right? See, what y'all not gonna have, right? He said we don't flip flop. Yo, what's funny is this. What y'all not gonna have is like these clips of how you got these people that be sitting there like saying one thing and then saying like the complete opposite. Because I understand about learning and growing. I like never want to say, hey man, don't grow, stay the same. Like obviously, you don't want to be the same person at 35 that you were at 25. Anybody who has done that has wasted 10 years of their life, right? So I absolutely understand that, right? But some of these things have not only like have rapidly aged bad, right? But even the ones that were from before with a lot of these people, it's still a matter of like, hey, it's not a thing where time should change the way that you feel about that said situation, right? So like, hey, if I believe, and I think that I've been pretty much consistent throughout my entire time speaking about this movie about how I think that the Superman movie looks bad, and I can explain to you why I think it looks bad. And you know, if there hasn't been anybody that's been able to refute my points as to why it looks bad. It's just always, hey, you shouldn't care about that, and let's just move on to something else, right? So I'll never have criticism of people saying, hey, they might not rock with something based upon the way that it looks, right? Because that's what trailers are meant for. Trailers are meant to sell you on a product, right? They are meant to sell you on that film, right? So if the trailers and the marketing aren't doing their job and something looks bad, it's not incumbent upon the consumer to look past that, right? Or to also try to have them artificially set down their morals or whatever they may feel, or their just their principles rather, right, on certain things, and just how they operate with films in general. We're not going to sit there and like put all these things to the side and then just be like, oh my god, see, because you guys can't criticize it before it comes out. Like no, we understand that, but at the same time, this shit looks trash. And not only that, but on top of that, James Gunn also has a lot of things where they are questionable at best, and they would have him be somewhat of a controversial figure for the fucking position that he's in. So you can't blame the fan base for feeling this way. We didn't choose to pick a guy whose best friend was arrested for what he was arrested for, named Jimmy Urine. Look him up, right? We didn't pick a guy that fucking went to those kind of parties and was hanging around with those kind of people, right? And making those kind of jokes. We didn't pick this motherfucker. So when y'all come in here trying to tell me like, hey, man, Sky, you shouldn't even be talking about the movie. If you don't want to see, that's the thing. If you have negative criticism, they would rather you just not talk about it at all, so that the zeitgeist can just be whatever they want it to be, and they can just flood the market and keep talking about this shit, you know what I'm saying, in ways in which they can most have their propaganda be effective. And we just not gonna go for it, bro. Like, we didn't make these choices, they did. They got to live with the consequences. A PDF file enthusiast. Yeah, man, that's how this guy gets down. It's all in his jokes, it's all in his humor, it's all throughout his skits, right? He goes to these kind of parties. His best friend was into this type of shit. And we're just supposed to be like, hey, and you know what's funny, right? Is that when we start talking about this shit, everybody get real quiet, right? And it's funny because, like, that's another reason why I'm kind of glad that I've like freed myself from all of these from all of these things that were holding me back in a certain way, because you would hear certain things, right? Like, yeah, like, don't really talk about, that stuff with James Gunn. Like, if you're gonna criticize him, just criticize the films, right? Like, let's not talk about that other stuff. And I'm like, I can talk about both. I can talk about why I don't like his films, and I can talk about why I don't rock with him and fucking think that he should be in this position, doing with his history being what his history is. Like, why can't we talk about both? Why is that so taboo? Right? And once again, I didn't make this decision. I didn't put this guy in charge. Right? He said, they would crucify Zach if he did some shit like that. And rightfully so. Bro, anybody who had bruh, anybody who had these kinds of like, transgressions, I think it would be fair if if people made that guy the head of a fucking comic book film studio, that people would have some objections. Right? Bruh. Crazy. I'm not shocked, bro. He said facts. Says Sky. There was a reason why Mikey was able to be more loose on each other. Bro, I'm sure. I'm sure. And I didn't really think about it at the time, but I'm sure that was the case. I'm sure of it, bro. Because this is man. You really be having people that like every time that it gets to this part of the conversation, right? Every time that like they be stream sniping us, right? And we start talking about this shit, they stop. Right? Every time that these kind of conversations, bro, start going on, I see people start leaving. And I get it. But hey, man, at the end of the day, that shit's not cool. And the fact that y'all trying to make the fans feel bad for feeling that way and trying to say, hey guys, like it's y'all the ones, you guys are the toxic ones, man. Well, like, why don't you guys just move on? Why don't you guys just move on? Like, why don't you guys just move on? Crazy. Mama Bear said, hopefully y'all hit that like button. We got 52 in here watching and 37 likes. They ain't hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm about to hit that video. You know what I mean? If y'all don't hit that, just like I'm gonna hit that video. He said all these plant-based YouTubers. He said plant-based, faking the funk. Come on, bro. Look, man, I don't know if y'all seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, bro, but you can't pick the cup made out of gold, bro. You can't pick the cup made out of gold, dog. Right? You have chosen poorly. Bro, he said, yeah, man, bro, crazy, bro. They be like trying to make us feel bad, dog. They're like, oh, you guys with your morals, right? And then it's crazy because so many people got kids. Some of y'all got kids and y'all be defending this dude. I ain't even got kids and I feel like I'm standing on business more. Crazy. He said they were just some bad jokes. He's changed. Meanwhile, check out Weasel's backstory in the Suicide Squad. Thank you, bro. And then they be sitting there, but nah. He's changed, man. He has white hair now. Get out of here, dog. He has white hair now. You don't know? You don't know what white hair does to a man? All right. Motherfucker got reverse just for men. Oh my god, bro. Whew. Oh my god, bro. Man, what these likes looking like, bro? We got 43 likes, 68 viewers. Oh my god. Mama Bear said at 40 you're actually know better than to make those jokes. Yeah, man, like it's some shit that ain't funny. Right? Hollywood saying my favorite part is when I know these anti-Snyder YouTubers love Christopher Nolan but hate Zack, and I bring up Nolan praising Zack, they stutter. Not only that, be like, bro, Christopher Nolan handpicked Zack Snyder to take over Superman, bro, and like he handpicked him, bro. He said, but they'll say the ROEs are toxic, bro. I'm dead, dog. We got Mind of Perception dead. Hey, man. Oh my God, I'm done with DC all the way, bro. You said Gunn and Safran were doing these actions for decades. It's not an accident. Yeah, man. All right, bro. We see how this shit been going down, but it's cool because at the end of the day, bro, I don't think that this shit's gonna win out, man. I legit don't. I don't think that they're gonna win out at all. I think that, you know, if you look at like the way that history is like it at least seem to be bending right now, right? It seems like all this cap shit is coming to an end. So, you know, hopefully we can really put the final nail, because this is it. This is the big look. Everything that you think, everything that you guys think that they've been working for this whole time when it comes to DC, right? Everything that they've been doing with the getting rid of Zack Snyder's vision and ousting him, and like the changing of all the slates of, you know, films and making them more like Marvel, and, you know, bringing all these Marvel directors in and bringing actors in along with James Gunn and all these things, right? And then doing this reboot and then announcing it's more like a retcon, and, you know, just all these things. This is it. It's all been for this film. So if this film falls on its face, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Right? And not only is it a wrap, but it's a wrap like Christmas gifts. You dig? So look, man, I'm about to play this video, and then we'll be back with the members minutes, and then we're gonna head on out.
Check. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. But what about you? What about you? Came a long way from no subs back when y'all was showing me no love, no front. I just had to take a look back, cause sometimes y'all forgot I shook that. I know they would attack cause of own issues. To be honest, I got sick and tired of feeling misused. That's why I've always played a drop for every super chat to show appreciation. Now you're fucking doing that. And just like Mikey used to bring us all together, we gotta take a minute to shout out all the members. Just so you know, you keep the fire going like embers. They say a lot, but I forgot, I don't remember. They be better. Say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. But what about you? What about you? Maybe as a young man. At least I can say I never became a dumb man. Cause I never grew up to be a James Gunn fan. Real ones of those I can only count on one hand. 5,000 people who really just want stand, or 5K accounts that really just want scam. Whoever I was behind the circle is really just one man trying to paint impressions to get whatever trending. I'm done, man. Who fucking real? Who ain't an avatar? Who ain't 3 versions of themselves like they fucking Savitar? Who ain't cosplaying every day, complaining that they had it hard? The fact that you don't see yourself playing the victim is the saddest part. Really, you should try to fix your tune like a bad guitar. Keep trying to evolve when you were just a magic card. The tragic part, you just a Pokemon. The magic part, you think you Goldilocks. We need better ops than fucking Team Rocket. You just a green goblin without the fucking deep pockets. Bet we found you in a den where you can never be honest. Honest, if you one of them, then you fucking need phonics. Stupid. All I care about is views. But what about you?
Yeah. Time for the members minutes, you dig? We got the homie Deadshot ZSJL saying, I knew this stream was coming. Right? Yeah, much love. He's a hashtag replay crew, hashtag sales ZSJL to Netflix, hashtag sales Snyderverse to Netflix. And we got the homie, the good Austin, tapping in saying, members, don't forget to leave your comments about the stream. Maybe something you think about on replay that you like to mention or want Sky to highlight. We appreciate y'all. You dig? Much love. Shout out to the members that's been out there rocking. Y'all the lifeblood of the channel. You dig? Yeah. He said, but guys, why is this entertainment talk channel talking entertainment? Why like my Gundam? why want to see my Superman movie? I've never gone to a chat I didn't like to chat. Yo, oh my God, bro. Because it's like, here's the thing, bro. What I have done is I have gone to a chat to troll. But I do it from my real account. Right? Y'all know how I troll. I trolled that one channel with super chats, and they've been begging me to come back and do that shit ever since. Yeah, man, why you guys don't come back and do that? Just come back, Sky. Give us some more super chats. He said Alex Mason didn't know what the numbers mean. Yo, I'm dead, bro. Oh my God, bro. Curly Ray. That is a golden. He said Alex Mason didn't know what the numbers mean. Yo. Oh my God, bro. He said, like, never, I promise. He said, I can't believe it. He said, bruh, Alex Mason. Oh my God. For those of y'all that have been out there and played Black Ops, y'all should know about that. For all my Black Ops fans, y'all should know about that. That's that Black Ops talk. You know what I mean? Oh my God, bro. He said Alex Mason forgot about he didn't know what the numbers were. Yo, shout out to Curly Ray, man. Damn. Bro, we undefeated, y'all. We really undefeated. I really mean that shit every time, bro. They be coming in here trying to act like we don't know what the hell we talking about and act like we ain't gonna stand on our square, bro. They be like, oh my God, you got a personal vendetta against this guy. Oh, the one that and then you bring up his homie and they be like, oh no, Sky. No, he didn't know him. He didn't know him, right? But then when you talk about Zack Snyder and James Gunn, they're supposed to be best of friends. But this guy who he called part of his core fucking friend group, that was a freaky ass thing. He a fan. Hey, run for your life. Hey, hey, yo, matter of fact, in the spirit of literally, I think Kendrick Lamar is probably on stage right now calling Drake a pedophile. So like he's on stage in Toronto right now as we speak. He on stage in Toronto as we speak. Yo, oh my God. With that being the mode, Joe, this how we gonna play it out. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.
Hold on, Drake. You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue the party?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this. Psst. I see dead people.
Mustard on a beat, how deep, bro. Any rap nigga, he a freak, though. Man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all in they mama. How many I really got? Mean it's too many options. Finna spaz on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down, whole time I know he got some pulling him, extra shit, bully devouring him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they're in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand down and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Papa got a real case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedestal. God, fuck him up. I'ma do myself. Why you pulling like a bitch, ain't you? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably they not like us. 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 They not like us.
Ha! It's a post-credit scene, motherfuckers. Woo! No, I forgot something. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Woo! I forgot to bring these up. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm fucking tripping. Hell nah. Y'all think I wasn't gonna bring up that Crazy Randolph even saying, bro, look, y'all motherfuckers is just as bad. Woo, shit. He said, I do. Wait, hold on, real talk, because there's no way I wasn't gonna touch on this. right? Grace Randolph was like, yo, I do think it's interesting that Gunverse discussion is just as toxic as Snyderverse discussion. At this level of drama seems particularly, and this level of drama seems particular to DC for some reason. I was really polite, and look what happened anyway, right? Oh my God. But when we said, hey, that it's not just us that's talking about this shit and think that there's something going on with this shit. Hey man, it ain't just us. It ain't just the Snyder Bros. They be acting like, oh my God, it's just the Snyder Bros. No, it ain't. It's the GA. It's regular people. You dig? We outro.